The call came on a Tuesday morning, the kind that starts with coffee gone cold and numbers that don't quite add up. My office was quiet except for the soft hum of the city beyond the glass wall, downtown Boston glittering under pale light. I was reviewing quarterly reports for Sterling Hospitality Group when my assistant buzzed in. "Mr. Sterling, you have a call from Elegant Events Wedding Planning." For a moment, I almost told her to take a message. Then I remembered, Marcus's wedding. My younger brother, the family's golden boy, was getting married next month. I had paid the $50,000 deposit 6 months ago when Mom hinted they were struggling with costs. They never knew the money came from me. They wouldn't have accepted it if they had. Pride runs deep in my family, especially when it comes to me, the so-called disappointment. I pressed the intercom, put her through. A cheerful yet strained voice came on. "Mr. Sterling, this is Amanda from Elegant Events. I'm calling about the Henderson Miller wedding next month." "Yes, Amanda, what seems to be the issue?" She hesitated. "Sir, I'm afraid I have some uncomfortable news regarding your invitation." I set down my pen, leaning back in my chair. "Go ahead." "Your family contacted us yesterday. They've asked us to remove your name from the guest list entirely. They said there's been a family disagreement and specifically requested that It started in my one-room apartment, no employees, just me, a laptop, and a dream. I worked 18-hour days, slept on my couch, and built Sterling Events from the ground up. Within 2 years, I bought my first struggling venue. Within 4, I owned 6. My parents called it cute. Marcus said I was wasting potential. By the 6th year, I'd launched Sterling Hospitality Group and started buying everything: hotels, catering companies, photography studios, transport firms, every link in the luxury event chain. I didn't just join the industry, I became the industry. Now, every major event on the East Coast passed, in some way, through my hands. 30 minutes later, my father called. "David," he began, voice sharp with irritation, "I just got a call saying the wedding venue's been cancelled. There must be some mistake." "No mistake," I said evenly. "What do you mean, no mistake? We have contracts." "You did," I replied, "with Sterling Event Holdings, a subsidiary of my company. I cancelled them." Silence stretched over the line. "David, what are you saying?" "I'm saying you uninvited the man who financed the entire wedding. I simply returned the favor." You paid for it?" "The venue, the catering, the hotel, the flowers, the photos, the limo, every vendor you used reports to me. You just uninvited your own benefactor." More silence. Then, in the background, I heard my mother's anxious whisper. "David," her voice trembled, "we had no idea you were successful. I tried to tell you, every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, I tried to share, but you never listened. You were too busy praising Marcus's law career and talking about my phase. But you dropped out of Harvard," she said weakly. You thought I failed, but while Marcus was learning how to write contracts, I was writing my own, ones that built an empire." My father cleared his throat. "David, surely we can work something out. Marcus's wedding is no longer my concern. You made it clear I'm not welcome." "David, don't do this. You're being unreasonable." I almost laughed. "Unreasonable? You erased me from the guest list and kept my money. Tell me again who's being unreasonable." Before either could reply, another call flashed through. "Amanda again." I switched lines. "Mr. Sterling," she said breathlessly, "your family's been calling non-stop. They're desperate. With 3 weeks left, every venue in the area is booked solid. They're begging for a solution." "Any solution?" I asked. "Yes, sir." "Fine. Offer them the Grandview Manor, my smallest venue, 80-person max, basic catering, standard decor, total price, $200,000, due up front." Her breath caught. "Sir, that's 4 times. That's business, Amanda, nothing personal." I hung up and returned to my reports, calm as ever. 3 hours later, my brother called. "David, what the hell did you do?" I smiled faintly. "You're getting married, Marcus, congratulations." "Cut the crap. Mom's been crying all day, Dad's furious, every vendor says you own their company. What is this, some kind of revenge stunt?" "No, just a reminder." "Of what?" "That the people you dismiss might be the ones holding you up." He was silent for a long time. "We didn't know the money came from you." I know, you didn't ask. David, please, this is my wedding, don't ruin it. I didn't ruin it, Marcus. You did when you decided family didn't include me. Then what do you want? He finally asked. I leaned back, my voice cool and steady. 3 things: a formal apology, from you, Mom, and Dad, an acknowledgement that you misjudged me, and my invitation restored, not out of obligation, but because you actually want me there. And if we don't? Then, I said softly, I hope City Hall has an opening on your wedding date. And if we do agree? Marcus asked quietly, his voice thick with tension. Then you get married at a beautiful venue with excellent service, I said evenly, and your brother stands beside you, as family should. I need to talk to Jennifer and our parents. Of course you do, I replied, take your time, I'll be here. When the call ended, I leaned back in my chair. The city lights outside my window glittered like fragments of memory, pieces of a life I'd built from scratch while the people who should have believed in me most turned away. Part of me wanted to feel triumphant. Instead, I just felt tired. That evening, my phone rang again. The caller ID read Jennifer Miller. I hesitated before answering. David, it's Jennifer. Her voice came through, cautious but sincere. I think we need to talk. Congratulations on your engagement, I said politely. Thank you. She took a slow breath. Listen. I had no idea about any of this. Marcus never told me you helped with the wedding costs, and I certainly didn't know about your companies. Most people don't, I said, keeping my tone neutral. I've been doing research all afternoon, she confessed. Sterling Hospitality Group is huge. You own half the. I looked at her for a long time. You're my family, that's reason enough. Then Marcus stood up, walked around the table, and faced me. I know I don't deserve it, but, would you be my best man? For a moment, the years melted away, the sibling rivalry, the judgment, the distance. I saw the little brother who used to follow me everywhere, and I realized how much I'd missed him. Marcus, I said, standing, I'd be honored. The wedding day arrived beneath a sky of soft gold and sea breeze. Grandview Manor glowed with light, strings of fairy lights danced across the gardens, and the sound of laughter and music carried through the air. Guests whispered about the mysterious owner who had saved the event. Some already knew, and were eager to see the man whose empire had touched nearly every part of their evening. When my turn came to speak as best man, I stood before the crowd. My brother looked nervous but grateful. When we were kids, I began. Marcus used to look up to me. Somewhere along the line, that changed. I became the one who took the wrong path, but I never stopped believing in what I could build. I paused, my gaze finding my parents. Success isn't about proving people wrong, it's about staying true to who you are, even when no one believes in you. It's about building something that lasts, and sharing it with the people you love. I raised my glass. To Marcus and Jennifer, may you build something beautiful together, and may you always remember that family, like success, is built on faith. Later that night, under the terrace lights, Dad approached me quietly. David, he said, voice low, why didn't you tell us sooner? Why let us think you were failing? I met his gaze, because I wanted you to be proud of me for who I was, not what I owned. If I'd told you everything from the start, the pride wouldn't have been real. He nodded slowly. You're a better man than I ever gave you credit for. You're my father, I said. I wanted you to see me, not my company. He placed a hand on my shoulder. I see you now. When I got home that night, my phone buzzed with a message from Marcus. Thank you for everything, for saving the wedding, for giving me back my brother. I smiled and typed back. Welcome to the family business. Because that's what I'd been building all along, not just an empire of venues, hotels, and restaurants, but a place where family could finally come together. The next morning, as sunlight poured into my office and the city moved beneath me, I realized something I'd been chasing for years without knowing it. Success was never about proving them wrong. It was about loving them long enough to let them see the truth for themselves. And, finally, they did.